Stand to, my warriors, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we get into the campaigns of Howl's, Harrows, and last time, well, we had one rip-roaring battle over a hunchback. Although, in order to get to that hunchback, we had to fight our way through a 75-ton battle axe, as well as a catapult Mark III, which always has lovely surprises, several yellow jacks. It was quite the fun battle, actually, and I'm hoping that we can have a little bit of fun today with the escaping spy. We've been scouring the Bassfield system for weeks, looking for a pirate spy who took something that didn't belong to them. Recent intelligence has revealed a possible location, but we can't possibly chase every lead with our thin resources. We're going to need you to look into this long shot. If you find the spy, destroy them. This will be 2.5 skull mission, 3 or 13 priority salvage, 394,800 sea-bills. Working for the Tortugan government once again. Well, government is a little bit of an odd thing to say when you're talking about a pirate kingdom. So let's drop down on these people and have a little bit of fun. There's been a little bit of a rejiggering of the lance. The Phoenix Hawk has gone in for some modifications and repairs, so we're going to have to wait to get him back. Apparently the enemy is operating in a phase 22 before me. Where are we actually? Oh, hi. Well, this is an awkward way to begin, actually. So we're staring. I was going to take some time to introduce the company and, go through all the things we normally do. We've got a javelin, a locust, and a dervish. I like dervishes. They're cool and interesting. I still like the missile version of the enforcer, which, got a special place in my heart. We got to reserve because none of our sensors are currently working at the moment, which is going to hurt us next turn. But you know what? This is fine. It's not like, you ever spawn within visual range of the enemy. That would be ridiculous. Anyway, so the Shadehawk has gone in for a slight modification. The Gauss rifle, the Blackwell Gauss rifle, has done a lot of really interesting things. It's very cool. I like the weapon a lot. However, the mech has a single shot, and it either does 75 damage, because it had a breaching shot targeting computer, or nothing, which is obviously less than ideal. So, a very cool gun. I like the gun. However, it's a little bit too all or nothing. So what I've done is I've gone and modified the mech a little bit. I hope to be able to show it off in the next episode because it's 5 days away from being ready to go. But if not, well, it'll be a little bit longer before we actually figure out what's in it. But I think I have modified it in a way that Shade would approve of. The Shadehawk has been somewhat designed in honor of Shade, Lieutenant Shade, who has helped create quite a few models actually for this game. He created the Avatar more recently, also working on the Templar, the Talos, which I'm really looking forward to, which Sproke has nicknamed the Squirrel Mech, and I don't think he made the... Oh, it's a Fury Nova. We have 4 Nova parts. You're mine. Alright, so let's go see if we can't cause a little bit of havoc now. The Dervish hasn't moved yet, so it can't be a target. However, the Hammer, which by the way is currently filling in for the Shadowhawk at the moment, can engage a little bit in target practice, I suppose. Could we go LRMs or SRMs? It's 6 in one, half dozen in the other. It's a Locust. Fire the LRMs. We only need a couple of good hits. As I said, structure exposed already, although the damage reduction has reduced that a little bit. Yeah, so the Phoenix Hawk is being modified in a way that I think Shade will approve of, which was kind of important to me when I designed it. So, Shade, next episode, I hope you enjoy it, because it'll be pretty fun, I think. Alright, now that I've stopped bugging Shade, because he listens to this more than he actually watches this, although he does watch it quite often, joins us for the stream, which is cool, I'm going to focus on the actual battle. Good, the Dervish has started to move, so now we can focus on him, and he's moved in a perfect way where my fire... Oh wait, no, gestures in the Griffin. Right. Okay, that's fine. We will just engage as per normal then. Sprinting on forward could get a 24% chance to hit. How about you? 19. You know what? We're just going to settle right on here. We've got multiple targets all around that we might want to engage. 33% on the Dervish. He has multiple missile hardpoints and energies in the support category, which could be some sort of special targeting system, which would be a bit unfortunate. I think what I want to do is if I fire this Thunderbolt, I can't fire all the rest of the weapons. I will fire it in HE mode, however, so we'll set a high explosive Thunderbolt round and send it his way. Which it got close enough, so I will deal with that as things run down. The Javelin could probably run fairly close on top of it and see if we can't blitz it down. I would like to remove this thing from the equation before the rest of the battle takes in. I am going to use the rocket launcher. He's a fast, nimble, but lightly armored target, and there he goes. Alright, so already taken care of. Apparently some of his incendiary ammo exploded for plus 100 heat, which is lovely. However, what I need at the moment, honestly, is a Burnamech. The Wolverine or the Gladiator, they are neither of those things. But the Gladiator is frightfully accurate. I'm kind of wondering what I did to this thing to make it so accurate, because it has been crazy good in a lot of things, like 34% already. Got a Javelin F off in the corner, but we're going to focus on the Dervish. And managed to nail him. Ooh, we got a Pirate AMS, so we're looking at a Rapier off over here in the corner. That's going to... completely negate the capabilities of one of our mechs, the Shadowhawk, which is unfortunate. Keep firing at that dervish, see if you can't get a couple of good hits in. Right. Wait, what are you shooting? Ultra autocannon and a... Oh, and an SRM-6 stuff. We're going to see if we can't overload that weapon system, because the Shadowhawk is carrying 40 missiles, and I might actually be able to pull that off. So, 54% chance. Let's go see if I can't get anything at 40 missiles on through, and that's what I had been hoping for. So, it's already out of the fight. We've managed to knock out 2 mechs already. The dagger over here is going to be such an irritating thing to actually murder, but we will eventually get to it. The Kitsutsuki, it does not care about all of your anti-missile shenanigans. It was designed with this exact thing in mind, so just blast away, give the javelin. Oh, I was hoping that javelin would take at least one shell to the back, because at the low armor we're currently looking at, it would probably kill it. Unfortunately, it was not to be. The Burner Boy is up and ready to go. Probably will do a little bit of scouting. We'll check to see what we're dealing with, and you are... Oh, you are a rapier, okay. Dagger, rapier, they're effectively the same thing in my mind, although there are distinct differences. So let's go, Burner Boy the Fury Nova. Wait, you're the king? Really? He is the king. Holy crap. Okay, we gotta take care of that then, because, dude, right, if you run, I'm gonna have a hard time with this. Wait, you were at the target I wanted to shoot. My mistake. I'm gonna see, hopefully, that the Burner Boy will be able to move before that. It is Paladin. Paladin is at a 15. Yeah, he's moving before us. So that's gonna be unfortunate. We'll move the Griffin on in. The Thunderbolt is never gonna get through. Ever. Yeah, hit by the AMS. I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? But no, it did not work. As I had anticipated, such a thing would never actually work. So I'm going to see if I can't just remove him from the equation real quick. There we go. Javelin is mostly dead. He's lost his entire left torso or just the arm. One of the two, we're getting kind of close. The Rapier, please stay off of there in the corner, because if I have to actually fight you and shoot you down, that's going to be painful. The Fury Nova is equipped with a whole bunch of chem lasers, so I'm not super worried about it. I mean, I think they're rotary chem lasers? In any event, they're sort of like pre-Star League era weapons. Chem lasers are basically your average laser, except they take ammunition. So they're cooler than normal lasers, but the ammunition requirement becomes a bit of a concern, although at the end of the day, it's really not so bad when you consider how much heat that you manage to save. Okay, let's see if we can't just rapid fire this guy today. There we go. Lovely. I love this Kitsutsuki. I am going to feel so bad when we finally move out of a bracket where we can use it. But for now, this is possibly the greatest urban mech I've ever built. It's not, but still, it makes me feel so good as it just rapid fires that Rack 2 into it. I, honest to God, tried to cram an Rack 5 into it. I just could not find the tonnage. Okay, Fury Nova, going to shift off to the side and go lots of rotary chem lasers. Managed to hit the javelin once. But as you can see, lots of laser bursts going on there. I don't think he's going to generate much heat. Or don't think he... Oh, he did. Well, not as much heat as you'd think, but he did generate some heat, so he's managed to avoid the override shutdown. If the Burner Boy can get up in there, that would be ideal. We could absolutely torch him completely. Ooh, you may have just given the Burner Boy an opportunity. So a little bit of flame going down on everybody. I'm not quite sure what sort of flamer does that, but we'll find out in the near future after we, rip his guts out. Okay, that might have been a little bit too dark, but still, you get the idea. We're going to shift on forward. Yeah, I think I'm just going to see if I can't burn my way through his ECM. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to try. Oh, managed to miss with most of that. 2 of our missiles actually got through when we did start a fire with the PPC, which is always a little bit amusing. You know, when you start torching down the entire neighborhood. Death Crusade. And the Shadowhawk. Okay, if anybody's got a chance of just overloading his point defense system, it is absolutely Death Crusade. But what Death Crusade is going to do is he's not going to utilize LRMs. He is in fact going to swap over to SRMs, but a lot of SRMs, and not the listen kills either. He's going to see if he can't get through with Infernos, so eat this, buddy. Plus 67 heat. I could send the Burner Boy after him to just completely shut him down. That might actually not be a terrible idea. Paladin, please turn this mech off. Because if I can just turn him off, then I can just sort of like systematically remove him from the equation entirely. Oh, those to hit chances are to die for. I don't know why we're trying to keep going creepy on that, but plus 91 heat. Oh, he's almost torched. Just a little bit more is all that's needed. But guess who's got Inferno SRMs? There's no way those Inferno SRMs have a... There's no way they get there. They don't have the range for that. I mean, I could try, but... I'm gonna try. Fire. Come on, just one, just one, just one, just one. No, this rapier is too good at what it does. I don't know how the Pirate AMS is so gosh darn powerful, but it is. So I need to cause just a little bit more, heat problems on this guy. I will shift on over here, see if I can't sort of ping him in the back, make him unpleasantly unhappy, and a single plink onto him for the 1. He's at 17 on that. Is Paladin going to be high? Paladin rolled another 15. Come on, Paladin, man. You got to beat that Fury Nova. Where's the Shadowhawk on this one? You are... Not you. You are a 21. Okay, so... Oh, Death Crusade's up now. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't shut him down completely. One of my risk MML's jammed, so... I got 2 hits, 3 hits. That's the shutdown. He ain't ever turning on again. And also we're causing even more heat buildup on this rapier, which is going to be struggling. So the Burner Boy will shift over to the rapier to torch him. We will pick apart the Fury in the way that is most appropriate for us to do so. The hammer's going to have to wait, because the hammer ain't getting anything on through. Shooting you is not going to be an easy proposition. You know what? I think we're just going to reserve for the Burner Boy, so we'll let him make his move, see what he wants to do. Also, there's the 18. So the Javelin getting blasted by long-range missiles. Doesn't look like anything actually managed to connect. So, oh yeah, the Griffin providing our own AMS coverage, which is always great. Wolverine, we're going to, again, reserve. I want to see if I can't shut him off. So I want to give him an opportunity to move and then be an opportunity to try and torch him. With any luck, he's going to fire everything he's got, which the AI sometimes does when they're really, really dumb. The mech is on fire. It's in cover. And it opened fire with its own flamers, which increased the heat on the Javelin, but I'm not too concerned about the Javelin at the moment. How's your heat at this point? And his override shutdown was successful. However, I need Paladin. Oh, nope, not that. Reserve. Bring me 15. You will not turn on. Ever. Paladin, alright. Here's what I need you to do, Paladin. I need you to be basically on top of him. And then I need you to just light all of the fire. And luckily enough, we are still barely in a heat threshold, which is great. And this will shut this mech down. So we no longer have to worry about his AMS. We don't have to worry about his jamming. So we can easily kill him now. So Mockingbird, if you wouldn't mind coming over in the hammer. I don't think you have anything other than Inferno SRMs. You don't. So it's just going to be normal. So we're going to have to keep the LRMs in mind. They do have sort of a minimum range bracket to have to deal with. There it is. 75% accuracy. Hi, buddy. I'm gonna knock you over. I wish I had been on the other side, but you know what? If I take out your legs, then that'll make you fall over and everybody gets other easier shots. But yeah, so he's dead. I don't know if he's realized this yet, but he is absolutely not going to turn on. This mech also is going to have some serious problems. If force comes worse, I can run on over. We've got a Cicada 4L on the way. Again, not a huge concern. I mean, a couple of autocannons would be interesting if they got actually hit. But yeah, Shadowhawk managing to have enough missiles to burn through that AMS was pretty important. What are you? Was that a Demolisher or... Oh, it's a Rottweiler. Okay. Not quite familiar with the Rottweiler, if I'm completely honest, but that's perfectly fine. Go for his head. I don't know what you blew up, but you blew up something. Because his center torso just disappeared, so that was either some serious through armor critical work or I don't know what you hit, but that was impressive. Go for the torso. Let's rip him apart. Alright, so the entirety of the primary support lance is dead. We are now on the supporting enemy forces, which is supposedly the initial group, but yeah, the escaping spy did not get away. He suffered rather significantly. Alright, so I think we need to start moving on in. We'll run the Kitsutsuki on forward and lay a sensor lock down. Is anybody in range? Not quite, I don't think. Actually, let's... Yeah, it's this sensor range, right. Alright, let's take a look at the C4L. Paraballistics, we know what that is. That's 2 medium or even heavy rifles, but they're rifles nonetheless. The Rottweiler is a light PPC, streaks, and yeah, I'm just going to ping him. So if I can get the Bird Boy over there, that'll make my life a lot easier, but I'm really irritated Paladin keeps rolling 15s for his initiative. So that's unfortunate. The Griffin can move in. We will start deploying a long-range Thunderbolt missile. I will set this sucker to standard mode. It's only 20%, but you know what? Ooh, should have set it to high explosive. That would have caused a little bit more damage onto him. But not too terrible. We missed by 50-something, but that's okay. Catch in the Javelin. The Javelin can do many interesting things, including run up right on top of the enemy. A Hunter light support tank. Hunters are actually pretty beefy. I mean, not insanely so, but Hunters are pretty cool. I gotta give them a certain amount of credit. I have slagged off on vehicles quite a bit, but I don't think Hunters are so terrible. And Pahonix Hawk. So we will deal with the Pahonix Hawk later on, and if you've never seen that commercial, you should. Alright, so the Skid not able to actually get tagged on that one at all, but it's moving at 16, so I'm not super worried about the Burner Boy, on the other hand. Can you even get into range? That's going to be tag-only range, isn't it? Can I jump a little bit further? No. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this then is I'm going to rush it into position. It'll be over there in the next turn. It'll take care of the Rottweiler. This will allow us to chill out a little bit, which we do kind of need. The mech was not built... Well, no, the mech was absolutely built with fire in mind. There's no way to get around that. It was absolutely designed to just absolutely torch. So I'm going to have to run through the fire, unfortunately. 16% I'm not going to shoot, so that'll prevent me from building any heat on this turn and chill me out a little bit. Future turns are going to suck slightly, but it's not a significant concern at this moment. So we're going to kind of ignore that problem whatsoever. Death Crusade is fully and completely capable of annihilating basically anybody he sets his mind to. Set these back to risk LRMs if 40% mode. Let's see if anybody's actually got any point defense out here. So is that Phoenix Hawk carding someone? No, not so much. So a little bit of sandpapering on the Cicada's frontal armor. That'll make it more vulnerable in future turns, but not right now. And maybe I can even get some accurate fire on this. Direct line of sight, please. Not gonna happen. It's gonna be obstructed, but you know what? Obstructed is better than indirect. So give him a shot. Came close. I should probably ration that fire a little bit better. That Thunderbolt missile is very limited in how much ammunition I have, so we'll just keep rushing on forward. I doubt we'll have a target for anything useful. I mean, the Inferno SRMs, if I set the LRMs, yeah, we're looking at 10, which is not good enough. I'm just going to brace on that one, chill the hammer out, and we'll get a better shot when the Infernos are actually ready to rock and roll. The Kitsutsuki has a very long minimum range, so let's just set up to... Can I get it? Like right here would be perfect if I have the line of sight. Unfortunately, this will be just outside of perfect range, so let's just set up. Oh, it's a 44%. Oh, you run that gun. I love that gun so much. RACs are so much fun. It's just repeated fire over, and it's jammed, but that's okay. And the reason why that's okay is because we have the sensor lock on him. We finally actually put the right pilot in the right mech. Bird Boy getting a large laser sent his way. Single large laser only, so I'm going to assume that's a normal Phoenix Hawk. That's a single large laser, 2 medium lasers, and a small, I believe? Or is it 3 medium? I think it's 2 in the small. So he's got an interesting variety of weapon systems. But yeah, I'm not all that... Oh yeah, and of course, not the small, 2 machine guns. That's right. Small. I was thinking the small laser was a bit off for a Phoenix Hawk. Maybe that's a modification I've done to one. But yeah, so 2 machine guns for it to, you know, self-destruct and kill itself. The Cicada backing up a little bit. Opening fire, the light rifles managing to actually nail us. 1 shot, 20 damage. Medium rifles, maybe? Apparently, he's feeling very confident in the fact that he's a much lighter mech getting shot at by a heavier mech that has bigger weapons than him. You know what? Some of my pilots, I've never claimed that they're the most brilliant pilots to ever exist, although the evac zone. Yeah, there's no point trying to go for the evac zone. We're going to kill everybody. Point defense, AMS. You do not get to shoot me. Oh, that's beautiful. The amount of beauty that is just tremendous. There is a reason why I've tried to hunt down more AMS systems, because that was just too cool. Burner Boy getting shot by a light PPC. Looks like it missed, I think. But we did start a couple of fires, so the Burner Boy might want to move. Because, you know, it's called the Burner Boy, but it doesn't really like being in fire all that much. It'll tolerate it more like. But yeah, generally we prefer not to be on fire. We can shift over to his right side in order to start engaging his, you know, weakened, whatever that is, arm. That's it. I was about to be like vestigial arm almost. It's kind of a vestigial arm. So we're going to shift on over here. I doubt I'm going to get good accuracy on this hunter, but I had to check. Oh, never mind. I have great accuracy on the hunter. Shoot. And structure exposed. Tag target acquired. That should be a nice easy kill. Finn in the Kitsutsuki can't do anything. You're on 17. Who's moving before you? Everybody except Howl. Yeah, that'll be great. All right, so I will sprint this mech slightly off to the side. I don't want to, you know, put too much danger. Oh, it's not ready yet, so I guess we're just sprinting. Did the gun unjam, please? It did not. It is still kind of jammed. But next turn we'll be able to sensor lock somebody. The Griffin should have a nice, easy burst on somebody. Yeah, that's going to be beautiful, actually. Why do I have such a great shot on you? Well, the Thunderbolt has a 71%. Let's see if we... Oh, that was beautiful. I got a close range direct fire Thunderbolts more often because it spins up the little spinny maneuver that it does, or speeds up the spinny maneuver it does, which is too cool. All right, let's go take care of this Rottweiler. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you're named after a dog, which gives you some credit, but no. There we go. Gone. I love the Burner Boy. Adding this was as essential, I believe, as having a melee mech in most games, so I may actually try and build a second one because it has proven to be incredibly useful. Hi, buddy. Ultra Auto Cannon. Plus, you know, a little bit of a missile follow-up, so he's not having the greatest day. And Death Crusade can come up with the ultimate follow-up. Unfortunately, Death Crusade is somewhat suffering from not tremendously great accuracy. I'll use Listen Kill SRMs because I think he's about to die. Perfect. Okay, I was a little bit worried about that. But it was either that or Infernos. But at the end of the day, he's not building that much heat anyway, so it's not the biggest or best use of Infernos. At least not that I can think of. Sprint, keep it on forward, keep the movement going. We need to keep the pressure on. 12% is not good enough. I gotta do something about the indirect target computer in that mech, because if I can get something that can actually give it accurate fire, which, you know, it was kind of designed to be sort of the flex fire replacement for the Hachi. But if I can get something that'll allow it to be more aggressive on that fact, I would definitely like to do that. Although I would probably have to lose a very important targeting system. Maybe I need to put Artemis on that thing. Looks like the Phoenix Hawk is trying to bug out. I'm not going to let him. So we got the Hunter, which now gets to zip on around. We have no idea its current health at the moment, despite having a mech right by it. That's a limitation of the current stealth view sensor system, which is cool that everybody doesn't immediately give you information, but still. So point defense systems, I don't know if they were actually involved. I think we were slightly outside of range, but that's fine. We can now turn around and basically come right in on him. Finn in the Kitsutsuki still can't do anything. So what Finn is going to do is basically run right up here, and now we're going to lay the sensor lock either on you, which didn't move that far, or you, which also didn't move that far. I think I can take out the Hunter pretty reliably on this one, so I'll sensor lock him. I just want to make sure that it'll be nice and easy for the follow-up to work with it. That means Kuch can come right up behind it. Maybe not right there up behind it. That'll do. So shifting into the green, beautiful accuracy. I will not go because I don't think it's required.
Copy that.
Apparently it was required, so I should have cooked it, but I wanted to keep the temperature somewhat under control, lest I suffer for it. Not gonna have the easy back shots, unfortunately. 61%. Drill, baby drill. We managed to break his propulsion, but he's not yet dead. We're gonna have to follow up with a couple more firepower units, such as Death Crusade. Seriously, that name is far too hilarious for its own good. I have a shot on the Phoenix Hawk, and it's amazing if I switch over to SRMs. Oh, that's really good. Okay. You switch these suckers over from listen kill, not these, SRMs, Inferno. Oh, I'm still on LRM mode, done. Infernos, hi buddy. You can run, but you can't hide. That's gonna be a lot of heat. 140 heat. I love this mech so much. Oh, it was probably the best thing we've ever done in that mech. We got a rush on 4. We've got our short-range missiles working again. I could just shoot you in the back, but I think I might save the hammer for it. Kill you. Actually, no, shoot you in the back. Good. More damage to you. And he's dead. Okay, a little bit more powerful than I anticipated. But then again, I suppose that's a function of lighting somebody on what is known as Ossifier. I can't be quite that close, lest I suffer from accuracy, but I could just sort of run up to him. I mean, it's not that far outside of my perfect range. Oh yes, fire. I think we missed. Ah, there we go. Alright, taken care of. I think that'll be the entire enemy force. Not bad. Minimal damage taken in general. And there should be at least one Nova part that we're grabbing, and I'd like to grab the Dervish parts. Because I'd like to build a Dervish. It's a 55-ton missile mech, which obviously we've already got. I mean, but if I can, you know, rip the missiles off of the Shadow Hawk, I'd like to do that. Anyway, 403,160 Seabills, which is great. That puts us in a slightly higher fashion. We are currently over budget at this current point, so I should probably buy a couple of things. Single Dervish part, single Nova part, grab the Nova part. This I'm not budging on because I'm getting a Nova. Arc Welder, chaff countermeasures, Fire Fists. Interesting. 20 it's a cockpit. What, really? Melee weapon. Typical Saurus weapon, some psycho thought it was a good idea to make a mech fist weird. Huh. So weighs 1 ton, deals 20 damage, and 15 heat. I like it. Also an arc welder, but I'm not so interested in that. Large laser, don't need it, I've got 5. Laser MS Pirate. Probably what we're going to do unless I run into something really, really interesting. Light rifles, no. LRMs, the rotary chem lasers, no. Mine dispensers, absolutely not. Rocket launchers, no. Streaks are interesting, but no. Armored cowl is cool. I do need another BC recoil. But I've already got a recoil targeting computer, which is -2. So it kind of washes out on that one. Distill. To run a mech cooling system around a small still. I wanted to, so -1 initiative, +1 resolve. No thanks. Okay, exchange is really good, not gonna lie. Pirate fire control systems are also really cool because they are targeting computers, plus they give breaching shot and +1 accuracy, which I like. Prototype double heatsink, but it's not the full kit, so I don't really care, although I might have one, so I might need these. Yeah, we'll keep it as it is for now. Warfare Suite is also interesting. Sorry, but none of you are beating the interestingness of the Fire Fist. Although the Fire Fist, do I really want it? 2 power turn. No, I'll risk it. The Exchanger is tempting, really tempting, but I'm going to go with this. So we managed to get, unfortunately we did not get the Dervish part, which I really wanted, but we got a Cicada part as well as the Javelin and a Rapier part as well. We got, aside from that, the Tag and Internal Combustion and a Warfare Suite. Okay, Warfare Suite QS. Not quite sure what the QS difference. Oh, it's a quick sell version, right? So plus 10%. I assume it's just a weaker version because it's a third of a ton less. But yeah, so we've got some quick sell equipment, which I think Glass has worked on. So that'll be interesting to see if we cram that into anything. But yeah, quick sell is not exactly something you want to be using a lot of the time. Although I have heard word of an XL internal combustion engine that has minus 60 heat while being right around the proper weight of a normal engine anyway. So that might have some interesting ideas, considering that laser weapons tend to be really, really tonnage light, and a minus 60% heat would be amazing on them. When you consider how many tons you would have to throw in for heat sinks to take care of somebody who's really stacking on lasers, that might actually be like a reasonable reason to have an internal combustion engine inside an actual battle mech. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but it does seem somewhat reasonable. If, the engine actually ends up being what we think it's going to be. Tortuga taking Danzig from Steiner. That sounds German and important, and therefore maybe an important planet in Steiner. 3,000 for 2 days. That'll be a nice, quick, easy repair. Only a couple of mechs actually took any real damage on that one because we were able to blitz through it utilizing our advanced technology. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the Shadehawk up top just so I can get that done soon. We finished that mission faster than I anticipated, so we're going to have to chill for a couple of days and stop. Because I want to field this mech, and I want to field it today. Is anybody actually broken on this? No, we're all good. Lovely. Mech warriors in the barracks itself. We're good. Death Coach is good. Crusade can finally get that guts level up that he's been pining for. We'll give him the plus 10 overheat threshold, which will be a little bit helpful. Fiend is fine. Howl's, of course, fine. Jester can also get that guts level up that I always neglect. So he's full 7s pilot. Not bad. Mockingbird's fine, Paladin is fine, and Showboat, I will level you up eventually, just not right now because you're not needed. I'll level you up later when you actually are needed and required, so scroll all the way down. Repossession is Ambush Convoy. I'm really hesitant to take it, but I do have the Burnaboy, which might work out really, really nicely. It is 1.4 million C-bills. Burn and Bug? Ooh, that might be the plan. To get some cash, because 8 days into the end of the month, starting to run out of interesting missions. I mean, this hostile acquisition, but we'll probably be traveling, so as much as it pains me to do this, let's see if we can't run. Of course, we need the Burner Boy. We need the Pahoenix Hawk. Actually, Shade's Specials Phoenix Hawk, and I'm so glad it doesn't actually show the what weapon it's got, because I intend for that to be a surprise. Throwing the Kitsutsuki and the Javelin for the rapid run, or the Hammer for the additional damage. Hammer for the additional damage. Yes. Alright, and in order to support that, I am going to need Paladin and the Burner Boy, because I'm going to need that. And then I'd like to have, I think Mockingbird will drive the Shadehawk. The Kitsutsuki will be driven by, of course, Finn, because he's built for it. And Coach in the Hammer. So let's rock and roll. Oh, this ought to be good. So it is an ambush convoy. We're taking this for all cash. Just got to kill 4 vehicles. Hopefully it'll be as easy as that. The Burner Boy can kill a vehicle per round. I might be able to follow up with enough Infernos to kill another one, although it could get pretty ugly, especially depending on VTOLs. We're taking this one for all money, which is 1.4 million C-bills. If we can burn and bug, we're gonna do it. We're gonna show up, blow everything up. Hopefully Sumi Ray will actually give us a reasonable drop zone, and we'll get on out of here, because we're not making the cool salvage. The cool salvage is not on the table, and I like cool salvage, so when it's not on the table, I get very sad. Well, not that sad, but a little bit sad, because I like things. Things over money, always, whenever I can, because money is just kind of, well, boring. At the end of the day, what do you do with money? Well, you can buy things, but that just feels not as cool as earning the things. Anyway, repossession. A local government convoy was ambushed and looted for expensive industrial materials, and the perpetrators, the local pirate organization, are moving the stolen goods to a secure location. We'd like you to strike the convoy and destroy it. Our salvage teams will then retrieve the goods from the wreckage. This will be a 1.404200 million seal mission for just the painful 0 of 1 priority salvage. Oh, that hurts me. To look at that and to say that hurts me on a deep metaphysical level. 3-skull mission, which ought to be interesting, so let's rock and roll. Alright, so we are now down in the middle of the forest, which is not good because I've got to get an entire company out of the forest before the enemy can get moving. Luckily for us, we are rather quick. There is the denial zone, and we need to intercept the convoy from there, and the convoy support lance is over there, and the convoy itself is... we don't really know. Alright, so let us immediately begin to move. The Kitsutsuki shall get to the edge of the zone and see nothing, unfortunately. It will survey its lands to determine exactly where it wishes to engage from. I can come down this ramp and this ramp, so that'll be where we'll flood down from the Wolverine. The Wolverine, actually not a great mech for this particular mission type. It really does much better at sort of taking its time, plinking its way through the enemy. I may have to rebuild that with some of the equipment that we've got. I'm not quite sure, though. We have a whole bunch of new mechs that will be coming online in... oh, I didn't see that he would actually click there because his minimum range is so gigantic. But yeah, we have quite a few new mechs coming online. We have quite a few older mechs that are currently online right now and do fairly well for themselves. I mean, our entire urban mech lance is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe Usagi, but the Usagi's funny enough to keep as is. So we may just want to go in and take some of our older designs and rebuild them. Thing is, I just don't know what to do with it. And I'm not sure I have enough extra weight-saving technology on top of it to really sort of justify that. Because I don't know if I'd be able to fully modify the mech to the crazy extent that I'd kind of need to really destroy things. Anyway, this is Shade's new Shadehawk. And you may have noticed we have removed the Blackwell Gauss rifle for a rotary AC-5 clan version. So, yeah. We went from one big Daka to lots of Daka. Now, it doesn't quite have the same recoil reduction as currently inside the Kitsutsuki. The Kitsutsuki has one massive advantage over it, and that is it has an upper recoil actuator. But they both have the recoil targeting computer. So I'm hoping the Shadehawk can still do quite a lot, and by the way, did I mention it still has maximum jump jets. So, my hope is that this thing will kick some butt, take some names, and basically be a monster. It also has 45 rounds of ammunition, so that's not quite as many as I wanted, because I can't, blitz this thing for, 10 full turns on full auto, but it should hopefully be enough. At least that's the hope, and I do have some serious hope that it will turn out well. The Kitsutsuki has done leaps and bounds better than I ever thought it would, and so that's why I have a cautious hope that, hey, maybe if I scale the rack up to a rack 5, it'll be even better. No guarantees on that, of course. You never quite know what you're gonna get. So, Griffin is apparently going to be the scout vehicle on this one. It'll get it on forward, and we do have a line of sight. There's a mobile HQ, a Puma, a light missile carrier, and a fire truck. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this sucker to HE, because there are multiple targets down there that I'd like to splash all at the same time. Oh, that's a Clan Tech Puma. Really? Really? Well, actually, no, it'll be a pirate Puma, but still. That kind of sucks. I'm going to lean over towards the missile carrier, because the missile carrier needs to die, but I'm also going to see if I can't hit that Puma as well. Fire! Missed by 99%. He could literally not have missed any harder. But hey, at least my AMS defense is up front and personal, so hopefully it'll be able to, stop any sort of real incoming fire. Also, I didn't see any AMS firing to defend it, so that might actually indicate that there is, in fact, no AMS, which would be lovely. Got a shot from ultra long range with the Kitsutsuki. 12%, 16%, 16%. That's not great. Okay, do I have the light missile? I do. It's a 16%. Rapid 4. Hey, we hit it. Good. All right. So, wait a second. What are you? What are you? Oh, it's a dragon. Dragon. And then, is that a Nidhogg gunship? I can't actually. I mean, the design is clearly a Nidhogg gunship. But, so we got a dragon and a Black Knight. So when I take these missions in order to get my hands on like technology, they send me medium mechs, and when I take these missions in order to get my hands on cash, they send the big heavies. Game, come on. I want to steal these guys, and you only did it after I took it for all the loot. So firing a couple ultra icon shots. No actual managed to connect. We will have to wait until they get in close. I think I can handle them. I mean, it is going to be rough to get into range, but they are pirate mechs. So we're going to run the burner boy as fast as we can. Kind of need stealth tech on this thing. Unfortunately, I think I'm maxing out on flamers at the moment. Yeah, that's definitely Nidhogg gunship. So, Dragon, Black Knight, shoot the Nidhogg. We missed by 59%, which is obviously not great. We would like to actually do this. Oh, this might end up being a very long episode if I have to hang around and kill all of these people, because my original intention was to just burn everybody to the ground and then run as fast as possible. And with only one random piece of salvage, hey, the point defense system doing its job. A couple of missiles actually managed to get through. Wow. That was pretty impressive. Was that the Nidhogg gunship? Wait a second. 136 missiles? What?
Commander?
Don't do that again. I don't think you can. I think that was rocket launchers, but don't do that again. Because that was evil. Alright, do you have a Nidhogg gunship in line of sight? You have a light rocket carrier, Black Knight, and then, oh, that's good. Fire! So can I overload your AMS? So there's another Nidhogg gunship over here, we know, but we did get quite a few missiles on through. So if I can just keep focusing fire, I might be able to get something done. Mobile HQ gonna run right up on top of the burner boy, so that's lovely. In fact, I kind of should have held the burner boy and just been able to torch him, no problem. Unfortunately, I may have made a mistake in that regard. Coach, bring the hammer. It's time to bring the hammer down. So, you want me to bring the hammer down? And switch over to SRMs in Inferno mode, because yes, they will deal, I believe, additional damage. There is just too many of you people with your better point defense systems. So that's several of my mechs that are going to have a really hard time getting through. Partisan LRM carrier, going to be bombing the burner boy even more. Lots of fire. They clearly do not like the fact that the burner boy is probably going to torch down the entire company. But I will have to sort of rapid fire these guys and hopefully annihilate them. Nidhogg gunship coming on forward, so it's trying to reduce my ability actually to defend myself, actually to attack. Really, defense is not the concern, it's the attack that'll be the problem. High 47% PPCs. And we did get a few through, but not as many as I'd kind of like. Mockingbird and the Shadehawk ought to be able to hopefully get a tremendous amount of damage done. So does this weapon has a minimum range? I don't quite know. But we're going to find out. Right. 33%. That's not great. But let it rip. Good job. Okay, so one target already annihilated. That means I don't have to worry about it. The burn boy can focus on somebody who hasn't been damaged. Did you break the gun? You did break the gun. That was on me. I shouldn't have fired it 5 times. Should have fired it 4. I'm missing 1 recoil, so I actually only handle 3 recoil. When I fire 5 times, I'm adding 2 recoil times 5 for thermobaric explosives. A lot of thermobaric explosives. Holy crap! 92 heat on the Kitsutsuki. Now, luckily for me, the Kitsutsuki doesn't generate much heat anyway, so I might actually be able to get that under control in relatively short order. But still, that was a little ridiculous. There's a lot of weapon carriers out here. That is very concerning, because if you hit me once, I'm probably no longer going to be evasive. Phase 24. Where's the Kitsutsuki on here? 21? I mean, hopefully I'm not going to have to face too much at the full problem, but yeah, this is going to be a little bit rough as they sort of come on into me. We've got the Puma moving right up on top of me. Firing fire, but it didn't actually manage to hit connect with me, which is always great. Gonna have to hold up Burner Boy, I think, because he's got to take care of someone who's going to be very aggressive. Right. That's a problem. Thermobaric explosive means I don't get to chill out. That is a significant problem. Also, it means I need to spread out. So I'm going to move in here. And brace. So the first one is free. But now we're going to start racking up chances of self-destruction, which is not good, obviously. Fire truck equipped with Inferno ammunition. Okay, just stay away from me. Nidhogg gunship coming in close range. This will provide ECM protection, which is going to be very unfortunate. But I think I might be able to shoot it down if my Shadehawk comes up. Or not Shadehawk, if the Shadowhawk comes up first. Okay, Burner Boy getting shot at by pulse lasers, large of some description. Or improved pulse lasers. They only fired once, but they were definitely dangerous. And the Burner Boy is also stacking a lot of problems onto him, which is why I don't want to hold him. But he might have the sure-footing perk, I think. He doesn't have multi... Oh, no, he does absolutely have multi-target. He'll have multi-target and shoot and scoot. Right, not the tactics one. That's not good. Rotary Rifle Wrecker. That's a Wreck-It Ralph. Interesting. Paradox in the Wolverine can hopefully get a little bit of pain going on down towards the enemy. Unfortunately, I need to get good angles on good targets to kill them. And I don't see the other Nidhogg gunship, which is a concern, to say the least. Swing it over, engage you. This will probably not be particularly accurate because you did move quite a bit and I am kind of being jammed. 21% is actually fairly decent. Fire at the Nidhogg. Okay, we did get a hit on it. It did shoot down all of my missiles. But we got a hit on it. And the Puma also. So we've got lots of AMS currently in the area, which is going to be a little bit of a concern. A lot of a concern. I want to save the burnable. I really do until I can torch out one of the vehicles. Shadehawk getting shot up, but that's perfectly fine. Did not manage to connect. I wonder if I could death from above a VTOL. That'd be interesting. Jester. Yeah, your Griffin's not going to get anything through. I mean, that's just facts at this point. We can try, but that's not going to work. I'm going to walk on this one and see if I can't keep the accuracy bonus as high as possible. Shoot the Nidhogg is what we're going to go for. And we may as well just blitz everything we've got at it. I think we bombed ourselves. Oh no, it got shot down, so there's that. That's good. So we have a partisan heavy tank. It is lots of missiles at the burner boy. AMS doing its best, but that's a lost evasion. He cannot stand still this turn. So he's got to move, which is very unfortunate because I wanted to be able to hold him in reserve. But there is no way that he doesn't move on this one. Oh crap, I don't have the resolve ability.
Standing by.
He's on 16? I thought he was on 18. Oh. That's even worse. Okay. Shadowhawk can move forward, and the Shadowhawk can basically blitz you with enough missiles, I believe, to knock you out of the sky. This is your left side, yeah? No, it's your right side. So can I actually get an angle on? No, there's no way we're getting that angle on that right side. So we're just going to have to spam him with enough firepower to hopefully break through, but we got to keep the range long enough so he's actually in the minimum range bracket while not being... Well, in the shortest range bracket while not being minimum and maximums. So you get the idea. Normal LRMs lose 5 or 3%. You know what? There's too much AMS anyway. Just try and get through it. 23 of 40. Not as terrible as I was worried about. Shadehawk can run up here and give him a bit of a boot. There will be flames in the way, but you know what? His gun ain't working anyway at the moment, so you may as well swing the fists. Also, this will push a little bit more protection and defense up front. Managed to miss him on that one, which is obviously not great. There's an Inferno coming up soon. Hopefully the gun is gonna unjam. Rack 5 unjammed. Okay, so we can start shooting it once again. A hammer can come over here. It is equipped specifically for this role, actually. Not with the SRMs, no sir. We're going to sweep these back over to LRMs, but we have SAM LRMs for 14% accuracy. Hey, we got another hit on. So we're slowly racking up hits. Unfortunately, we can't seem to get any sort of crits on this. Wrecker's coming forward, and Wrecker's actually a primary target. Okay, so I'm going to slip the burner boy up here and try and torch him out if at all possible. It'd be a lot easier if we actually managed to kill one of these guys before anything came up. Shadehawk taking a shot, but that's fine. Ugh, that's a lot of stability it's currently hovering on. Was that the Black Knight that fired that? A Black Knight with a gun? What is that craziness? Alright, Paladin of the burner boy has got to get his heat under control. He also needs to... Oh, good. We have vigilance. Right. So if I dived into the middle of the screw-up, that might bring me some really, really interesting reactions. We gotta wait for him to fully recontextualize the fact that he can sprint once again. I kind of want to go for the Wrecker, just because he's the rack one, which, you know, makes him really dangerous. But then there's that partisan heavy tank, which has lots of missiles. What's a Marsden? I wish I was more familiar with some of these weapon systems, but I'm not. So I'm just going to have to wing it. So if I go for a full-on sprint, I get to up about here, which puts me in range of the Wrecker. So that's what we're going to do. So through the flames, which is going to increase our heat, but I am going to remove this ballistic carrier from the equation. There we go. The Wrecker is dead. And that's the first on the Lance list. And the burner boy is going to be fully forward and aggressive, and by using that, I've just given him a much higher initiative for next round too. Forgot about that. You're the carrier I'm going to kill because I think you're the thermal barrier carrier. Oh, structure exposed. I didn't realize you were that low on armor. I probably should have checked. He's panicking. Don't panic. I gave you your special support abilities. The burner boy is, if he gets out of this one alive, I'm going to be a little bit surprised.
Internal structure damage.
How much and how bad? It's just your arm, but your center torso is getting light too. Howl, I need a little bit of extra work done here. I need you to basically come in and save everybody's hide, as you often like to do. That's not very good accuracy. It's just too much. Too much AMS. Give the Nidhogg gunship in front of me. Fire. Unfortunately, we're still not causing any critical hits on this darn thing. You'd think a VTOL would be a little bit more vulnerable to that sort of thing, but apparently not. We've just been continuously nailing this right side and just not getting anything actually through. So it's also kind of sad that we didn't manage to actually get the hit on in, but I'm really hoping you don't shoot at the Kitsutsuki ever again. So the carrier's going to be on top of me. Are you going to bomb yourself to do it? More or less. Okay. That didn't look like it was too bad. Right. So he managed to miss most of his shots. That's good. Right. I'm still alive, which is the key important thing. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be alive in the very near future. Unless I have shoot and scoot and you're within flamer range at reasonable accuracy, in which case I'm going to torch you and run. Because this mech is in a bad way. 26, he's on 22. Really? He keeps rolling so terribly low. Who is on this 26, by the way? Are you the Nidhogg gunship? I'm going to bet that it's got to be that Nidhogg gunship. Is there super No, it's the Puma. Interesting. There's a machine gun, try and kill the gladiator. Luckily for me, we have the AMS protection on the Griffin, managing to shoot down most of that. Or at least the ones that would hit. Spread fire quite a bit, managed to hit the gladiator several times, which is a bit of a problem, because taking 12 damage like that is not okay. I've got to get this gladiator into coverage. Luckily for me, it's going to be moving at an initiative 20, and he's cooking himself to do that. Interesting. So 2 missile, 2 energy, and a support energy. I'm going to assume some kind of description in the tag. Probably a tag. Or it could be the... No, it's his AMS. Duh. Fire Truck Inferno is dangerous because you shoot the Burner Boy and don't hit my arms and don't build me heat. So the Flamer Plus has managed to crit even more, and we're getting even toastier. Right, phase 23. Can I get my people in so I can start severely harming them in ways that they do not understand? And the dragon! No, that's not good. Stop shooting me with all of these weapons. Oh, so much heat. So much heat. They're going to try and shut me down in the exact same way that I do. So, Paladin, please tell me you have the shot from here. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. If you do that, you are dead. Not nearly fast enough. That is.
Affirmative.
But I gotta remove this Thunderbolt carrier from the equation, and I've gotta do it now. Right. Accuracy obviously ain't great, but I'm gonna torch him. See if I can't get out of here. There we go. So the Thunderbolt carrier is out. So that's 2 of 4. So if I can kill 2 more, I can start seriously trying to get on out of here. But I've gotta start causing some massive damage to the enemy so that they reconsider trying to kill the Burner Boy, even though the Burner Boy is the most dangerous thing to them at the moment, because he is capable of killing everybody. That was a heavy laser. At least I think it was a heavy large laser. So over in our direction, luckily for us, didn't actually manage to connect with anything. That'll be the Black Knight moving on forward. So a fairly powerful Black Knight at that. The Shadehawk's gun is ready to fire. I'd like to wait on that until after I've got the Nidhogg shot down. Unfortunately, the Nidhogg is going to be a little bit irritating to actually knock out of the sky. Also, both of my MMLs have jammed, which is less than ideal. I'd rather not move the hammer right on in. So if you were to fire right from here, you have a 24% chance on that Nidhogg. 17 on you. I gotta rapid fire this sucker hard. So go full 6. Got it. Okay, good job. Hopefully the gun didn't jam, but if it did, that's fine. The Nidhogg's out of the equation, and that's more than worth it. The gun didn't jam, unless it jams at the end of the round, which it might do. So we're gonna shift on forward, start pushing a little bit more aggressively to see if we can't move to support our lovely little Burner Boy, who's gonna desperately need all the help he can get. So now the hammer can push forward. The hammer is gonna try and not distract too much fire, because it's not exactly a heavy mech, but still 44% of the Puma. Fire truck kind of needs to die. How much armor you got? You got enough to survive both medium laser bursts, which that's gonna suck. The Black Knight is terrifying. You have a rotary AC-5, which is critted apparently. Are you a primary? You are a primary. So the Marston's a primary. That Nidhogg gunship is weak fire. It had a chance where if I hit the rotor, it would have killed it, so 14% is fine. If in a world where all the shots are bad and 2 medium lasers on a Puma is not going to be a big deal, I may as well see if I can't lob it for that Nidhogg to kill it. Here comes the Gauss rifle. Duck. Duck hard. Nidhogg gunships are incredibly powerful. They're 45-ton VTOLs. They're super fast, equipped with very heavy weapons and powerful support systems, as you may have noticed. So yeah, not exactly the thing you want to piss off. Like we just did. There goes the hammer's left torso.
Got a weapon out.
I'm not sure what he got bombed with. but that looked like it was painful. So we've lost one of our risk MML-10s. The hammer is going to have to go in for basically a full rebuild. And can you just do me the biggest of favors and beat the ever-loving crap out of this machine? Although I can't do it from that angle. If I do it, I'll get killed. So I have to do it from the forest for the damage reduction. Damage reduction is going to be key to keeping us alive. Hi. Oh, we got a PPC hit. Did I shoot it down? I don't know. I think I did. No, it's still there. Shoot. It's very vulnerable, so if I can get a little bit more fire onto it, I can really start ripping into it. So let's sprint for it. I'd like to avoid the flames, if at all possible. Actually, if you just fired from here... 4%. Yeah, that ain't good. That ain't gonna cut it. You gotta get closer. You're not hurt at the moment, so that might actually be your biggest saving grace right now. What, 9? That's terrible. All the shots are terrible. How do I not have a direct line of sight on the Nidhogg gunship? Like, I think the line of sight rules for VTOLs need to be revisited because the fact that I can't see them on the ground past certain things is kind of bullcrap. Because hitting an angle on something that's flying is incredibly difficult. So, but we are going to have to see if we can't nail him because he's so weak already. Oh, right. Right. I forgot I had SRMs. So I'm going to use them. Which is not great because I don't want to use my Infernos, but it's the only SRMs I've got. And I've kind of got to remove him from the fight. How did not a single one of those manage to hit the actual open and damage? I'm not even going to question it. Right. So we've got that not mostly handled. We have that not handled at all. Light missile carrier. This is going to suck. But I was expecting it. Tap blinding flare. Yep, to be expected. Don't panic. You're fine. Jeez. Okay, he's not fine, but he's going to be fine. Finn in the Kitsutsuki. Shoot. What chance to explosion we got? 8.3 brace. At this point, a shutdown would be a good thing. Which is a terrible, terrible thing to try and inflict on one of your own units. But there's nothing I can do about it. I can't order the shutdown. If I could, I would. But he is struggling to get that heat back under control. Which is a problem. Problem to be dealt with. Hopefully, effectively. Gotta keep the fire on the Nidhogg. How do I not... Sometimes. Also, you better just be on all the fire in the near future, because the amount of fire I've put past you is ridiculous. Who the hell did you shoot? Right.
Receiving you.
Right. So, I knew that could have happened. I did it anyway for a reason. How good's your armor? Oh, you son of a... You little piece of shoot. Right. All the right. ECM protection going down. I don't care about you, I care about you. I will attempt to keep my temperature under control. Not a high explosive thunderbolt. If I do that and I miss... This is why I avoid convoy missions. And I knew it was going to be rough. I just didn't anticipate, you know, the Black Knight. Will you please stop doing that? That is terrifying. I know. Partisan tank shoots somebody other than the Brother Boy, please. Thank you, the hammer will do. I mean, you're going to kill the hammer. But, it could be worse. It really could. I mean, the hammer is not the most important mech in my arsenal at the moment. The Brother Boy, on the other hand, is critically important. Unfortunately, he keeps rolling for crap on initiative. 19. He's got to get beat by the light missile carrier. And probably the dragon. That's going to be a problem. Oh, the Puma is punching? No, shooting. With flamers, no less, on a mech that can't heat up. That's fine. Do that all you want. I'm okay with that. His heat is critical. He has managed to laser missile unjammed. But he also has managed to avoid, you know, cooking himself, which is somewhat unfortunate. It would have been much more pleasant had he, you know, just died, exploded, or shut down nice and easily, like I'm currently worried the Kitsutsuki's going to do. Because this is his third turn overheat. 27, a 1 in 4 chance whether or not that mech is going to explode.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
You gotta punch, because you're already cooking. So. Not sure how we're pulling that off, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, so now that we know that that was totally futile, I should have done the pulse. Good, you didn't shut off, but you're gonna have to punch soon. Jester is up now in the Griffin. The Griffin's not gonna be able to get anything through that, but that's okay. It has medium lasers, so we are gonna fire all of that. Finally. Okay, Nidhogg's down. That's gonna help a lot. So with the Nidhoggs out of the way, they're not providing their ECM coverage. They're also not providing their super maneuverable, nimble aggressiveness, which is just a fantastic deal for us to take on hand. The Griffin is going to start cooking a little bit, but we'll take care of the heat in the following turn, unless, of course, that fire spreads to us, in which case life will get a little bit more complicated. Should have moved a little bit closer to the burn boy, but on to phase 20, where we've got a fire truck, which has Inferno guns.
They've got a sensor lock.
Oh, so, okay, that works. No, he multi-phased attacked. Interesting. Don't think he hit the burner boy, which is good, which will mean that the missile carrier will now hit the burner boy, unless Mockingbird can kill it. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Mockingbird is up to the task. But we're certainly gonna give Mockingbird every chance to succeed. Oh, did really good. Not gonna lie, 3 good hits on that was not terrible. Unfortunately, wasn't concentrated enough. Let me guess, it hit 3 different locations. 2 different locations, but close enough. Point defense doing its best, but there's no way it keeps him from...
Damage is minor, Commander.
Thank you, point defense, for being there.
Commander?
For being the shield in the dark. Hi, Marsden. Hi, Marsbar. I gotta do it.
Firing full complement on enemy.
Please be enough. It was enough, okay. So why did I do that when I'm so far over the heat line? Because this mech is no longer in this fight. This mech is done. It has concluded its job. It will now shut down.
Starting to cook.
And did a good job. But now, we only have one more target to go, and that's this gosh darn partisan heavy tank, which is going to be brutally difficult to kill. More incoming heavy fire from the Black Knight, which is fine because it didn't hit me. I just got to kill the one more. Also, I'll be fascinated to know if the Puma can actually get out of this one alive. Also, I'd like to be able to kill a couple of important things out here. So, where's that partisan? Hey, there's that partisan. Do I care about the dragon? I do. The dragon can hurt me in many, many ways. Actually, I'd prefer not to get into a fight with a dragon. How much armor you got in your front? Oh, you're not as heavy as I thought. Interesting. So, now knowing that you are not nearly as heavy as I thought you were. Well, 80 is still a lot. I gotta give credit for 80. But, with that said, see if I can't wipe you out without getting myself killed. So yes, I'm right next to a dragon, which is probably going to get behind me, but... Structure exposed, track propulsion crit, so it's going to be slower, which is good. The AMS is still proving to be immensely irritating to have to deal with. The dragon is behind me. I'm kind of hoping for a punch here, but we are now jamming thick on everybody. Also need to kill this light missile carrier before it gets to shoot again. Paradox might be able to do something about that. Shadowhawk getting nailed from long range. So the dragon did go after him and, you know, splashed the heat all around. Shadowhawk is going to have to basically run in an electronic warfare suite, which I will probably do. So the Wolverine, on the other hand, can just basically run into a location and just start hurting people like so. So probably not going to be able to get an accurate shot. Well, get the missiles on through. But I didn't need to. So that's taken care of as well. Light missile carrier was proving to be quite dangerous and difficult to deal with, but it's dead now. Finn.
I'll just wait here.
Fine, that's good. That'll keep your ammo from exploding. I'll take it. Partisan's gonna move slightly. It's gonna fire.
Sit and duck now.
Okay, I was wondering for a moment. Yeah, you're dead, aren't you?
I took a hit in the meat.
Who shut down?
That was a critical hit.
Right, we've got multiple shutdowns and crits. Coach. This mech is dead. Like, it's not, but it... Wait, who shut down next to you? Oh, you burned out your own Puma. Yeah, Hammer is basically cored at this point. Trying to keep this thing alive, plus with a medium laser, bail the pilot. MML-10 and jumped, so that's cool. Alright, beginning of the next round. Thank you. Okay, he's not dead. I don't think. Is he? Oh, he did. Thank you. That was huge. You have no idea how helpful that was. I truly am in your debt, sir, for being so stupid. No, it wasn't stupid. I probably would have done something similar. But I'd like to kill you, but I'm not in a good position to do that. So what I'm instead going to do is I'm going to see if I can't kill you. Because I'm in a much better position to do something about that. This will be a very aggressive move because I'm presenting my back to most people, but rack 6, or rack 5 in the back. Oh, there goes this left torso. I think the Shadehawk change was very, very well done. I think that'll be very helpful moving on forward. Assuming, of course, it doesn't die. So this mission ended up being far more damaging than I kind of thought it was going to be. I'm actually really surprised the Griffin did get annihilated in that one. Can I please get my overcooking Shadowhawk forward soon so I can just pulse everybody? Because that's the entirety of my plan at the moment. Also, Dragon, please don't... Oh wow, that was an interesting set. If you had managed to just focus your fire just a little bit more on the back of that, y'all probably could have killed him. I mean, I know you could have killed him. Because you fired twice in the legs and 2 more into his back would have been another 90 damage. Which probably would have been enough. Restart this mech.
Heat gauge is redlining.
Did you fail? I think you're online. Yeah, okay. Paradox. Your Wolverine needs to get into a position to hurt this partisan tank. So what you're going to do is you're going to sprint into that side angle. That is going to be good.
Our target is within sensor range.
Thanks for the hint, Darius. Surprised the partisan's not dead, not going to lie.
Target's taking a critical hit.
That may have hit his top turret, which is not great. Still got Howl ready to go, and Howl will be able to kill it. Oh yeah, it's got basically no armor left. That's a bit of a pain. So had we managed to get one more of those SRMs to hit the side torso, that probably would have killed it. So we got the partisan to mostly take care of. Once that's dead, we've got all of this handled. Well, in terms of mission objectives. Griffin cooking even more. Obviously not great, but I think I can get that under control. Death Crusade. Right. So you've got a... Is this a... Yeah, this is a flames along the way no matter what you do sort of problem. So if I walk it... That gets everybody. So we'll walk into the flames for, you know, the temperature control. Oh, that's a lot more temperature control than I thought you were going to get. So, okay, EWS ping. Active probe.
Got a lock.
Hi, buddies. I see everything. All right, so now we've got good lines of sight on just about it. Well, not lines of sight, but good, accurate sensor data on everybody. You are too hot to work. You're going to fall back. Yes, it's a heat problem. Don't blow up, please.
Over the red line. Heat
Thank
down.
you. Next turn should be able to get you under control. You can't shoot. Chill. Just chill.
Hey, I'm overheating.
Paladin.
Standing by.
The fact that your mech is still online is a modern mystery.
Got it, Commander.
Chris, you don't have anything to explode on board, so you'll just shut down. That'll be fine. All right, Howl.
Shutting down.
Oh, you're in such a good place to kill so many people. How much? This partisan is going to move at 4. Okay, so this partisan hasn't moved yet. So we've got to ensure that he dies in the coming round. So we'll move slightly onto the back, get some evasion, lap it up, and then... There we go. Target's completely eliminated. We can leave it at any time, but at this point, I think we're kind of committed. Right. I'm ML10 and Jam. Good. So Finn is now up in the Kitsutsuki, and Finn can shift on around.
Affirmative.
And if you wanted to fire 4 shots, how about if you wanted to fire 5 shots? Okay, 5 is a bit too much. Fire 4 shots. That'll keep the temperature under control.
Time to unload.
Good hits onto the side of the target. 40% damage reduction, of course, because of forced, and you know his other protections, but that'll be fine. The Shadehawk is jammed. So what the Shadehawk's going to do is the Shadehawk's going to punch. I need to do something about this mech in order, or at least put a pilot in if they can handle it, in order to support it once, you know, all things torch itself. Gonna target now you, because you need to die. Can I shoot you from standing? Oh, yes, I can. Fire. Oh, it's so much nicer when nobody's shooting down all of my missiles. Alright, so we've got the fire truck taken care of. We're down to just 2 mechs at this point. And is that it? I hope so. So the dragon is so vulnerable. Okay, hit on the Shadowhawk, but that's fine. The Shadowhawk is designed to take these kinds of damages. We'll to shift him into a position where he can hopefully flood Infernos on top of somebody. Dragon gonna back up a little bit. Death Crusade. I think it's time for a crusade. Let's go set these suckers to Infernos and do what this mech was designed to do. Burn, baby, burn. Alright, so now we're getting all the fire. 190 heat. That's what you were built to do. That's why I created you. So deal with that heat, son. Take care of all of that. It's gonna shoot just some small lasers at the Griffin. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, you coward. And he's standing in the middle of fire, too. He's overriding this shot. Props to you, mate. Props to you. Brace. I know, he stood still, which makes him vulnerable, but that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Hello, my friend, my darling, my pal. If I had Infernos in this thing, I would totally use them, but I don't. I need to get Infernos into this thing. Alright, his heat bank has gone off, which just dumped all the heat that was storing into the rest of the mech, so it's dead. You're like... Actually, no, you're not that many turns away from restarting. That's amazing. I'm frankly astonished the fact that the Burnaboy is still alive. I thought for sure that by sending it in so aggressively to wipe out the convoy that I was going to kill it. But no, things ended up turning out much better than I thought they were going to, and now it's still running. Alright, so the dragon shifting over to the side, but that is not going to save you, my friend. Because I have firepower, the likes of which you've never seen. Do you have a target? Oh, you do. Go for his head, why not? Thunderbolt to the face. I now feel better about having the Thunderbolt on this Griffin. And Howl, let's go finish off the last target. Hello, my friend. Oh, you're not quite going to be able to get to the range to finish him off. It'll probably be up to the Shadehawk, but let's get some damage on him. Good job. Okay. A little bit more difficult than I was planning. But we got it. We took it. The convoy is dead, and 1.4 million Seabills is ours. For whatever that's worth. Oh, I wonder what random piece of salvage we get. You have no idea how much I'm hoping it's something good. I'm betting it's a heatsink, though. I'm betting that my employer is just going to give me the total FU. So 166, or 1,660,010 Seabills. Because the 25% contract increase. Yeah, the hammer's badly damaged, but other than that, not bad actually on the damage. So it's really just the hammer, the Burnaboy, and of course Coach is going to be out for the next 30 days after that. I mean, he just took a pounding, and really, to be honest, it's kind of Paradox's fault for shooting him in the back. But hey, the Burnaboy should be fully repairable. I don't think it actually took any unfixable damage, and a fluid gun, because of course you would. You couldn't have given me the dragon part. Just give me a dragon part. No siree. Dragon parts were not in the menu. But hey, we took that one for cash. People are like, oh, you should take some missions for cash. This is why I hate taking missions for cash. I'm going to be spending so much stuff to get so much cash in order to fix up 2 mechs that have been badly mauled. It's a bit of a pain. But hey, it's the price of doing business, and we should be able to sell a couple of other pieces of equipment. We are going to be moving on from this point. We're going to be traveling to a new planet. There should be a bit of a reset as to what's available and what's going on. Not sure where we're going to go, but I think the difficulty level might be shooting up a little bit. After all, I've got another 55-tonner currently in the wings, which I think will be fairly solid, although starting to reconsider what gun I put on it, because that Rack 5 is hilarious, and it's currently crammed on a 45-tonner. So if I could put it on a 50-tonner, I might have some room for support weapons on top of that. Yeah, definitely kind of leaning in that direction. However, the Shadehawk right now, I think, is in a phenomenal place with that gun. All right, so we lost 209,000 Seabills. So that 25% bonus basically paid for repairs, and that's about it. For 18 days, yeah, most of that's going to be the Burnaboy. We're lucky we've got 3 repair sections. So the hammer's 8 days. The Burnaboy's only 4 days. Gladiator's 3. The rest is 1. So we actually get through that pretty quickly. The Shadowhawk only took 2 days of repairs. Bushwhacker's still in 19 days. Now there is one thing that I think we got, and I just want to confirm. Storage. Ah, yes. A Nova. Unfortunately, I can't build the other Nova currently on the field. Where is it? Yeah, the Nova Pirate. But then again, they're both about the same. I'd rather have the Nova F because the Nova Pirate is just a whole bunch of small rotary chem lasers, which I don't think are as good as this Nova. So I'm going to throw the parts into here because the Hero Nova doesn't have any quirks or anything special. And we have our first Omni. Omni-mechs are phenomenal in terms of mid-game because they are easily able to swap through different weapons on the fly. Now we're just going to check to see what we actually managed to save off this thing. Looks like the fusion core is intact, although the center torso is basically undestroyable in an Omni. So the clan double heatsink was saved. That was the only thing in the center torso that could have been destroyed, and it didn't. And we saved the Hag. Oh, yes! We're going to build this into something great. I don't know what, but we're going to. All right, I just wanted to check that before we ended the episode. So we had an interesting first battle, which got us the Nova, a phenomenal raid, and, well, the Nova's got a lot of intact equipment. I'm feeling psyched. Okay, that's going to do it for today's episode. I have been Tirek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time we release any of this video content, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment as to what you think of the episode. What do you think we should do with a gun? I mean, we're going to modify it probably in advance, but Omnis can hot swap really quick. We're talking 2-3 days to swap the entire loadout. But yeah, tell me what you think we might build, and we might end up building more in your design idea. Also, if you want to see more of us playing RogueTech aside from the normal episodes of Howl Harrows, please join us for our streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, there is a quick note for my regular viewers. The Saturday stream is going to be going on earlier. I will let people know in advance. There will be an extra video or announcement video early on, as well as some mentions in the Discord. So if you want to make sure that you're up on that, make sure you join our Discord in the links down below. And I will see you all in the next episode.